Some London communities believe that drug dealing and antisocial behaviour on their streets is now out of control.
We get hundreds of these on Saturday and Sunday morning.
Groups of up to 14 drug users, fighting, aggression.
And that the police are doing nothing to stop it.
It's done with impunity.
I don't see police doing anything. Zero.
So now they're taking action themselves.
I've never done anything like this before. I believe it's the right approach.
Making their point on the street and gathering evidence.
Deliveries are always by car. We got a lot of photographs like this.
We're fed up with feeling powerless.
Even though it can be dangerous.
There's inevitably a risk in doing anything, but there's a risk in doing nothing as well.
Basically, everybody looked after everybody else. It's just a lovely place to be brought up.
Born in Bethnal Green, for 50 years Lorraine Reid was happy in East London, but not anymore.
Urination in lifts, street robberies. I've said to my husband over the past year, I don't actually want to live in this area anymore. It's just becoming, it's lawless.
Lorraine says that drug dealing on streets close to her flat is now blatant and happening constantly.
The drug users will congregate down here.
And as we were filming with Lorraine, something happened.
The car stopped on the corner.
She's certain it's drug dealing and says this is exactly what happens, day in, day out.
You've got two drug users. They're giving the money over, as you see there. So that's the transfer taking place. This is a regular drop-off. And often you know how much it is as well because you can hear them say it's £10. And they just do it directly in front of you. The police need to be here to witness this. They could quite easily take these guys off the streets and we're not seeing, you know, you just don't see the police go by in a car or on foot. It's sad, the fact that it's become the norm.
A few miles away in Wapping, Zamir Crouch is about to encounter some of the people he says are ruining his neighbourhood.
It's now after midnight. People are trying to sleep in these flats. Guys, can you turn down the music, please? You're outside people's homes. They'll probably come and confront us, so I better get my keys ready so we can get in.
Zamir says some people are now driving to Wapping High Street to take drugs or to inhale nitrous oxide.
This is from one car.
And the evidence is everywhere. The police, he says, have done nothing to move the drug users on. And when he tried to, he was threatened.
You know what happens, and I know where you live on the street, mate.
They told me they knew where I lived. They did threaten to stab me. They said, snitches get stitches.
Why are you recording us, you because I know where you live, bruv.
I got an acknowledgement from the police that they've seen the video, that I emailed the video. I haven't heard anything back from them.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all, and this is 3 months ago.
What do you think about this happening on your doorstep?
It's appalling. It's absolutely appalling. And I'm sick of the residents of Wapping feeling powerless.
Well, now they're taking action.
Just seen 3 boys on bikes with crowbar and mask on.
Hundreds of people are using a social media app to gather and share video, photographs and information. And it's being sent to the police in the hope that something will be done.
The response has been to take action to our own hands.
Police is not doing anything.
In what way?
It's not doing anything. It's not responding, it's not coming.
And back in Bethnal Green, many residents there have the same feelings. Almost all of those involved don't want to be identified, and the evidence they're gathering is being sent to the police every week. Their organiser is Jonathan Moberly.
All of these reports are by residents. Here we've got a typical group waiting for a drop. The drops happen by cars arriving always at great speed. The users will gather around, do the deal through the car window, and the car will race off. The incentive to do this is to try and kick the authorities into taking some real action. It's happening all over here, all of the time, day and night.
You're doing the job of the police.
We're doing part of the job, yeah.
But some residents are prepared to do more than just take pictures. The letters on the yellow vest stand for the Columbia Road Cartel. The equipment in the bag was used to put up false signs and to mark out and paint a parking bay. It happened in September last year, and the people involved arranged for their unauthorised actions to be filmed.
I would recommend action like this because it's effective. I believe this approach is unique and right on the button.
This spokesperson has asked for his identity to be withheld because he fears possible reprisals from drug dealers for disrupting their trade. He says more action is possible.
If a powerful idea comes along, you will see more of this.
So what are the authorities doing? Tower Hamlets Council says it's been working in partnership with the police for the past 12 months, with more than 100 properties raided and at least 30 people jailed. It also says it's investing millions in its CCTV network, and this means drug deals can be spotted as they take place and police called in quickly to investigate.
We build an intelligence picture up about those particular vehicles, and we look at every opportunity we can to stop them. So what we're going to do now is track this vehicle and at the same time contact our police colleagues. A number of these officers are council funded. The vehicle's pulling in to park. Those individuals and the vehicle will be thoroughly searched. We're doing an awful lot of work around this particular problem.
We do an awful lot to combat drugs on this borough. What we're not very good at is telling people what we actually do.
But back in Wapping, Zamir has had enough, and he's been visiting local businesses to raise money.
The idea is that we'll have private security basically patrolling all of Wapping 24/7.
He's now started crowdfunding with a target of at least £80,000 a year to pay for this.
We do have a 24-hour service, and we're looking out for any type of crime.
At the moment, this private security company patrols in Belgravia.
Hi there, I'm Zamir.
Later this year, if the money's raised, there could be a new beat in Wapping.
Oh, so you have 100% success in private prosecutions. And would that work with antisocial behaviour as well? Very interested in what they're doing. By having a visible presence of security in Wapping, we're going to scare off people who come there to misbehave. It's about raising the money now. I still believe that we should be able to rely on the authorities to protect us, but that's not happening.
The authorities insist they are taking action. The council says it already pays for an additional 38 officers. But some residents say their evidence proves not enough is being done, and they've got to do something themselves.